Hello and welcome to episode 3 of Jenna Rose Beats. My name is Jenna Rose and today we're going to be opening up FL Studio 20 for the very first time. Now last week we talked about setting goals here in 2020. Yes, the year's more than halfway over, but it's never too late to start becoming better people. Now there's a lot going around in the world, COVID-19, protests, and we need to do our best to be better. So today I'm going to walk you through step by step on how to open FL Studio 20 for the very first time. We're opening up our DAW or digital audio workstation in case you didn't know. Now I personally like this software because it's easy to really put my ideas down in its software. I've dabbled with Ableton for a little bit, but it's just a little bit more complex to learn on how to get all your ideas out. Big names like Martin Garrix and Avicii use FL Studio 20. People I personally follow on YouTube such as Kyle Beats, Chucky Beats, Curtis King. I mean, the list goes on. But it really is made for people who are just getting started in music production to the advanced. People who sell beats, produce music on a daily basis, and make a living on it. Now beyond that, FL Studio 20 supports free lifetime updates. You heard me right, free lifetime updates. So no matter if you're going to download it now or you've downloaded it back then, if you want to upgrade, they got you covered. Okay, let's dive right into the video here. We're actually going to start by going to FL Studio 20's website, which I'll leave down below in the description. Right now we're on the home page. They're advertising their trial or to buy it. Now if we come here to shop, FL Studio 20 actually offers 4 different versions: Fruity, Producer, Signature, and the All Plugins bundle. Now as you can see, I have the current Signature bundle. If I want to upgrade, I only have to pay the difference, which is right now at $610. They really have an edition that fits everyone's needs and budgets. Now if you click on compare all editions, you can see what each edition comes with and the differences. So really cool website, go check it out, definitely recommend. Now let's get started in FL Studio. So we got it opened up right here. I'm just going to explain kind of the basics of what you need to know to get started. Now I'm going to explain this toolbar up here. So File, you're going to open up New, which takes you to this already made template of what you need to start creating. You can actually customize that by going here. That way your workflow is nice and efficient. We have the open, that's where you would go ahead and open up your files. Let's see, save as, import, export, and your recent projects. Now if we come over here to add, now this is where you're going to add in the plugins that you want to use. So if you can see here, it actually goes by its category. So drums, synths. And now the version that I have of FL Studio 20, it comes with a decent amount of already made plugins. So I would recommend check those out before you go and start downloading. Now I only have Analog Lab 4, which came with my Arturia MIDI keyboard, and then a couple of free VSTs that I highly recommend as well. And I'll put out another video that goes in depth into the different plugins, but for the most part I'm just going to stick with the already made FL Studio plugins. Now if we come here to patterns, FL Studio 20 will actually work in 2 different views. So your pattern, which would be this right here, if you wanted to make a song, you could change that view and then add in another pattern later, which I'll get into more in the video. View, really just your preferences of what you want to see. Your options, now this is where you're going to find your settings. So if you want to set up your MIDI, that's where this would go right here. You can see it's activated. your audio, how you're going to monitor your sound, general file settings, how you save everything. I also add a tutorial on how to connect your MIDI keyboards. Now let's see, what else do we have here? We got our tools. Now what's cool about the tools is you actually can track the last thing that you tweaked as far as your parameters go. It'll actually list that. Help. FL Studio has a lot of great tutorials and whatnot. Now the next thing we want to do is look at our left side. Now this is where all the good stuff exists. So if you have a favorite person that you download kits, so such as loops, I have Kyle Beats, Andromeda, Orbital, and Curtis King's free. That's right, go check him out. Free packs. Now that would be all your sounds, your different instrument sounds, as well as loops. So that's where all of that's going to exist. Pretty much everything that you save on your computer, that is where it will be. Another cool feature on this is that if you go to current project, you can actually see the history of what you edited last. So really great tool. Let's say you mess up on something or you want to undo something you've done. This is where you can check out the history. Now next we're going to kind of look at this top bar here. I forgot to mention that one of the coolest features about FL Studio 20 is that it has this hover over description box. So everything that you hover your cursor on, it's going to explain what that thing does. As you can see, playback, play and pause, master volume. So really cool feature. FL Studio 20 is really great for beginners in my opinion. So anyway, back to the topic. We have master volume, master pitch, and like I mentioned before, there's two different views. So you can do your pattern view here. That's where you're going to make all your beats. And then there's a song view, which if you use this arrangement, that's how you would make your song. And you could play back the whole song instead of just the pattern. Play, stop, your record. So this is where you would record in your sounds using your MIDI keyboard. Right here we have our BPM meter. You can type in the value or they already have preset values that you can click on. We have our metronome, infamous metronome there. Let's see, we have your countdown. So when you start recording, it'll just say 3, 2, 1, and it'll start. Other essential things, let's see. Here we go. So this is your arrangement view. Like I mentioned earlier, that's where your songs can be made. Let's see, let's go like that. It's now going to play the pattern that's right here. Let's test it out. Okay. Now, piano roll. Piano roll has to be one of the coolest things to exist because if you do not know how to play the piano, it is all good. So right now I'm just going to add in FL keys. Take that kick off. Let's see. There you go. So if I didn't know how to play the piano, all you had to do, so we'll go to piano roll here, is click them in. I mean, how cool is that, right? And your space bar, obviously, to go ahead and play back. Sorry for the bad sounds. Here we have our channel rack. So this is where you would send your sounds into the mixer. So you can designate a channel. You can solo out that specific sound. Or you can turn it off, for example. Very cool. Very, very, very cool. what else do we have? So let's open up our mixer. So now that we sent that piano track, this is where all the volumes exist, your panning, right? And this is also where you can add in your effects right here on the right side. You want to EQ it, there it is. All right, now that's pretty much the basic things that you need to know just to get started. So let's go ahead and actually delete this, which you can do by right clicking and just move your cursor all over. Okay. So let's try to record on that, just as an example. Okay, let's hit our space bar, open it up. Okay. Stop our recording, take that off, and let's play it back. Actually, take that off. Alright, and there you go. That's everything you need to know to get started and open FL Studio 20 for the very first time. Video. If you're interested in purchasing FL Studio 20, I'm going to leave the link to their website down below. I'll also have affiliate links down there, but don't feel pressure to press them because I believe that they are the boxed version. So if you want them right now, just check it out on ImageLine's website. Now, if you are also interested, I'm going to have this beginner series into a playlist. So I'm going to have it linked up above where you can check out this episode as well as the following episodes, where next week we're going to actually be making a simple drum pattern. I really want to help anyone who wants to get started. So go ahead and check that out. Now, as part of our GTKY Get to Know You question of the day, I want to know, what type of music are you planning on producing using FL Studio 20? Are you into trap? Are you into some reggaeton? Please let me know in the comments down below. I will be active, engaged in having conversations with you all. And now, if you want to learn and grow with me in music, go ahead and smash that like button. Join this community by subscribing and check me out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Jenna Rose Beats. Now, as always, stay blessed, and I'll catch you on the next one.